Hey, what's up, everybody? This is my part two to Boy in a Girl's Body, and I'm going to continue on the question, have I always told my parents I was a boy? Um, Sorry if I keep clearing my throat, my voice feels very weird today. Um, Not sure if that's the testosterone doing its job or if it's just me having a fucked up day with my voice. um, I believe what I left off on was talking about my horrible first through third grade experience and my mom telling me that I needed to find more friends who were girls as opposed to boys because she had a feeling that that was why school was so difficult for me. But I didn't find my first friends who were girls until I think it was like 5th or 6th grade. Up until that point, I felt like girls had cooties. And even going into like the girls' bathroom as a little kid was very awkward for me because I enjoyed having short hair and dressing up in boys' clothes. My mom never told me that I couldn't. She didn't think that it was anything. She thought it was just a phase. But I specifically remember going into the bathroom in 4th grade and a girl telling me, you're not supposed to be in this bathroom. Actually, I remember having the same thing happen now. That, like right now, I just remembered at some point in 1st through 3rd grade, I remember being in the girls' bathroom, and I can even like picture what it looks like. And I was walking up to the sink to wash my hands, and a little girl like really like came around the corner and looked at me and said, "You're in the wrong bathroom." And I was just so confused. Like I didn't think that how I looked really had that. I was just dressing and looking how I was comfortable, and I was constantly being told that I was in the wrong bathroom, but I didn't think of myself as a boy. So it was weird for people to be telling me this. Why the fuck do I have to be lagging so bad? I hope it's not doing that the whole time. Anyways, I didn't get my first true girlfriends until 5th or 6th grade, and those two people were Janet and Sierra. And I remember accusing Janet of being a lesbian. And I actually made her life hell about it, and I feel like the biggest douchebag now. But we got over that. She got over it. I got over it. In like junior high, probably like 7th grade, we actually became best friends and hung out every single day. I practically lived at her house all through junior high and high school. And Sierra, we weren't exactly good friends until the same time about junior high. We used to give each other shit a lot because we were a lot alike. We were a lot alike, but she's not trans, which is kind of weird. But she definitely plays the male persona and gets mistaken for a boy every day, but she gets pissed. She gets so mad. But I don't feel like having girls as my best friends really confirmed in my mind that I wasn't actually a girl, but it more or less confused me even more because I was trying so hard to do what girls did because that's what my friends were doing. It was easier for me to make more friends who were girls as time went on after I met Janet and Sierra, but I don't think that it definitely didn't confirm anything in my mind that I was supposed to be a boy. And it just made a lot more things hard and confusing for me. Because I tried so hard all through high school I was actually homophobic, I would say, before I came out as a lesbian. And it came down to like me and Janet just being friends, sleeping at each other's houses in the same bed, probably most teenage girls do. But like if she got too close, I would be like, dude, push over. Like, I'm not a lesbian. You know what I mean? And then it was very awkward for me to come out as a lesbian with my first girlfriend when I was 16. And everybody was just like, I told you so, I told you so, I told you so. Fuck off, you told me so. Because I'm definitely not a lesbian. That is, when people, and yes, when people call me a lesbian now, I do take it offensively, because I have said my entire fucking life that I was not a lesbian. My entire life I have said that I was not a lesbian. But I did think that girls had cooties. Therefore, I did at some point know that I liked girls. But I wasn't a lesbian, but I still hadn't made the connection that I was a boy. It's so fucked up. I don't know if anybody else has as like crazy of a time trying to figure themselves out now, but I know that when I'm trying to figure out my past, it is so difficult to piece things together, and to not have realized this. Like, how did this not make any sense to me when I was a little kid, or even as a teenager? How did none of this make sense? But it didn't. It just didn't make any sense to me, and was never able to piece it together and say, I'm supposed to be a boy, and until I was 17, 18 years old. And I just feel like my life would have been a lot different and a lot less complicated if I had known. Sorry, there I go ranting again. But I used to tell people that I wasn't a lesbian until I came out when I was 16 with my first girlfriend. And up to that point, I considered myself homophobic. I just didn't want anything to do with a relationship with a girl. It freaked me right out. And, like now, obviously I don't have a problem with lesbians, because most lesbians are my best friends, but even now I can't have a relationship with a lesbian. It just doesn't work in my head. I can't bring myself to go out with somebody who loves women, and that's not at all who I am, but in any way, shape, or form. Regardless of what you see outside, that's not who I am on the inside, and I just can't. Even if they say, you're the only boy that I'm attracted to, like, even if they accept me for who I am, it just doesn't seem like it makes sense at all. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Keep forgetting where I was leaving off because I keep ranting. So many notes. They're all clusterfucked because I didn't take the time to organize them, because I'm getting ready to leave soon. Apologies. I guess what I'm just gonna do real fast is start on to my next topic, and if anyone wants to know more about this previous stuff that I've been talking about, just ask. I don't mind sending you messages or making another video about the same topic. It doesn't matter, whatever happens. Another question that Skibiri asked me was, did my parents put me in skirts? And I remember being in dance. My best friend Nick, who I talked about in my last video, his mom had a dance class. So obviously my mom was all excited that I could go next door and do dance. And I remember in practices and stuff, I never had to wear a dress, but when it came time for recitals, they would put me in tutus and fucking like the craziest little girl dresses, and I would really like lose my shit. Honestly, I want to get my mom on a video someday to explain to you guys how much I would lose my shit when they would put me in tutus. And I would complain and bitch the entire time about how itchy it was and how ugly it was and how uncomfortable I was. But I did it. I fucking went out there and danced my little ass off. Oh shit. And I think they still have it on videos, which is probably funny. It's going to be funny when I watch it, because I haven't seen them for years. So when I look back now and look at them, it's going to be crazy. I just know that I was miserable. But after, my parents did try to put me in skirts a couple times after that. The last skirt that I actually willingly wore, I would have to say, was in my 7th grade picture. And the only reason why I wore it was because it was Hawaiian and it had a matching hat, and I was obsessed with hats at that point. So this video is about to run out, just like the other one. So I guess I will make more at another time, because I don't want to post too many videos in a day, because I know that can get annoying for some people. So later on, I guess, and I hope you guys stay tuned to check out more, and subscribe to me so you can watch these, because I'm going to be talking a lot about my past, because it helps me figure it out as time goes. So 2 seconds. Peace.